Good afternoon, grade 10s. Welcome back to another video. Alright, so today we're going to be doing some trigonometry again, and we are going to be finding some trig ratios. Alright, so one thing I just want to get very clear quickly. Alright, so if we had sine of an angle, sine of theta, we call it, okay, and it's equal to, let's just put letters here, let's say A over B. Alright, so what is this A over B? Okay, these are, it's a ratio. Okay, what is a ratio of? It's a ratio of the sides. Sides of what? Of a triangle. Okay, so it's the ratio of the sides of that specific right angle triangle. Okay, so remember we had right angle triangles. Alright, it's a specific ratio. Okay, so sine is opposite over hypotenuse, so it's opposite of hypotenuse. Okay, it's the ratio of those two sides of a specific triangle. Okay, that's the ratio. And then we also have this. What is this? This is the angle that I'm dealing with. Okay, the angle, okay, in this specific triangle, okay, in this specific one, let's say it's this one here. Alright, it's that specific angle that I'm dealing with. Alright, so basically what I'm trying to find is I'm trying to find how big this angle is, okay, as compared, okay, using the ratios of these two sides. Okay, so depending on what these ratios are, okay, I'm going to be able to know what that angle is of the triangle. Okay, so that's all the trig is. Trig is just ratios and angles and figuring out, okay, what angle do I have depending on what ratio I have, or how can I find the side depending on the size of the angle. Okay, that's all trig is. Okay, and it's nice and fun. All right, and let's see if we can start doing some examples here. Right, some nice examples. Okay, so all I want you to remember is that this over here, so sine theta equals whatever it equals. Okay, that's the ratio of the sides. All right, and then this theta thingy over here, that's the angle. All right, okay, so look here, what am I going to find? Okay, so what did they give me? They gave me something here. They gave me the angle. Okay, did they give me the ratio? No, they didn't give me the ratio. So what do you think I'm going to be finding? I'm going to be finding the ratios. All right, very good. Okay, so I want you guys to get out your calculators. We can do some calculator work now. All right, and if we look at this, okay, what I want you to do is I want you to put in sine 35 in your calculator. Look for sine. There's a button there. Okay, press sine and say 35, and what do you get? Good. Okay, you get 0, comma, and I want you to round it off to 2 decimal places for me. 0, comma 57. Very good. Okay, so now that is what? That is a ratio. Okay, so depending on what triangle this is, okay, so I've got a right angle triangle basically. That's what they're saying. Okay, and there's my right angle triangle, and they're saying that, let's say this angle is 35 degrees. Okay, and they're saying, okay, so I'm working with this angle here, and it's called angle A. Angle A is 35 degrees, and they say that the ratio of the sides of whatever the ratio is of sine, so what is sine? Opposite this side over hypotenuse. Okay, so the ratio of those two sides is this. Okay, right, that's all they're trying to say. Nice and simple. Okay, but you don't really need to explain that in the test one day. Okay, I'm just trying to explain to you guys what's actually happening here. Alright, so next thing I want you to do is try tan of 25. So go find tan, the button tan. Alright, put tan 25 in your calculator and you get 0.47. Alright, so what did we just find? We found the ratio of the sides of this specific triangle, okay, that we're going to be dealing with. Okay, there's a 25 degrees there in that triangle, okay, and it's a 90-degree triangle. Alright, and over here, if you put cos of 25 in your calculator, you're going to get 0.91. Very good. Alright, and if you look at this one over here, okay, sine of 89, put that in your calculator and you get, okay, you get 0.998 or something like, or 998. I think it's 998, yeah? Alright, so what are you going to do now? Okay, I want 2 decimal places. Okay, that's going to round this up, which is going to round this up, which is going to round that up. Okay, so we've got 1. Alright, okay, so I hope this is making sense, guys. I hope I'm not confusing you with the ratios and the angles and the triangle and all those kind of things. Okay, if the triangle is confusing you, don't worry about it too much just yet. I know it's a new concept. Okay, you will start getting the hang of it later on in Trig. Okay, so but this stuff, this is all just calculator work. Tan 25, sine 35, cos 25, sine of 89. You just put that in your calculator, and it gives you the answer. Okay, so in the olden days we didn't have calculators. Okay, and they had to go and look in this big book to find these answers. Okay, they had to go sift through all the different angles. Okay, and go find the answer. Luckily now we have calculators. Okay, so thank the Lord for that. Okay, now I want you to look at this. Okay, what am I going to be calculating here? Okay, it says use a calculator. Okay, what am I trying to find? Okay, they gave me the angle. Alright, so what am I looking for? I'm looking for the ratio. Very good. Alright, so if you put this in your calculator straight away, okay, you're going to get 1,15. Very good. And that is a ratio. Okay, if you look at this over here, put this in your calculator straight away, okay, and you get 0,18. Very good. And that is a ratio. Alright, if you look at this, cos of 25 times 3, if you just put this in your calculator, okay, cos of 25 times 3, or you can just say, if you can do this in your head, you've got cos of 75, okay, and what does that give you? 0,26, very good. Alright, and over here, now with these, okay, what I want you to do, when you put this in your calculator, because it's a squared now, okay, what I want you to do, okay, is I want you to put it like this in your calculator. Okay, so in your calculator you're going to have sine. Okay, now there's no sine squared. Okay, so you're going to have sine of 60. Okay, you're going to press your sine button, put 60 in there. Okay, and you're going to have brackets like this, I think. All right, and then I want you to put brackets on the outside of this and square it. Okay, now what's happening? It's saying that sine of 60 is being squared. Okay, so sine squared 60 just means that the whole sine of 60 is being squared. Okay, and what does that give you in your calculator? 0,75. Very good. And what is that? It's a ratio. Alright, so if we look at these next examples here, alright, now there's something different. So remember in my first video, I told you that sine, cos, and tan all have reciprocals. Alright? And we said that those reciprocals were sec, cosec, and cot. Okay? So sec is the reciprocal of what? Of cos. Cosec is the reciprocal of sine. Cot is the reciprocal of tan. Okay, so now I want you to look on your calculator. Go look for the sec button. Alright, I'll give you a few seconds. Can you find it? You find it? No, okay, you can't find it. Go look for the cosec button. Okay, there's no cosec button. Okay, so you look for the cot. Is there a cot button there? No, okay, so there's something that I need to do here. Alright, so remember in my first video, I said that cosec or sec or cot, okay, is just the reciprocal of sine, cos, or tan. Okay, so sec is the reciprocal of what? Of cos. Alright, so how can I rewrite sec in terms of cos? Okay, I'll say it again. How can I rewrite sec in terms of cos? Alright, so remember I said that you guys needed to memorize this. Okay, 1 over cos is equal to sec of theta. Okay, and cosec, alright, is 1 over sine of theta. Okay, equals cosec of theta. Okay, and the same thing with cot. Alright, so we know that 1 over tan of theta is equal to cot of theta. Alright, so now how can we use this information to make things a little bit easier for me on my calculator. Okay, so instead of writing sec, I can write 1 over cos. Okay, now what is theta? Instead of theta, I have, what is my angle? 35. So I've got cos of 35. So it's 1 over cos of 35. So if you put that in your calculator, what do you get? 1 comma 2, 2. Very good. And what is that? That is a ratio. Good. Right, so instead of saying cosec, okay, because there's no cosec on my calculator, how can I rewrite cosec? I can say 1 over sine. Okay, so 1 over sine of what? Of 25. Very good. Alright, so if you put that in your calculator, what do you get? Good, you get 2 comma 37. And what is this? It's a ratio, okay, because they gave us the angle. I'm looking for the ratio. Alright, so instead of cot, what can I write? I can say 1 over tan. Alright, so if I say 1 over tan, 1 over tan, and 1 over tan of what? What's my theta? What's my angle? Okay, 25. Very good. Alright, so 1 over tan of 25, and we get 2 comma 1, 4. Very good. And what is this? It's my ratio. Very good. Alright, and then sec, instead of writing sec, I can say 1 over cos. Okay, 1 over cos of what? What angle is this? 89. Good. 1 over cos of 89. Okay, put that in your calculator, what do you get? 57, comma. Okay, I know you get 298. Okay, so what are we going to do there? I want 2 decimal places. 5, 7, comma 30. Good. Alright, so are we happy with that? And what are all these answers? All these answers are my ratio. Alright, because they gave me my angle. Angle, okay? Angles, degrees, and degrees. Okay, angles in degrees. Alright, so if we look at the next slide here, okay, I want you to do this now on your calculator. Alright, so I want you to pause the video, okay, and I want you to do it on your own. Okay, see if you can do it all by yourself. Alright, so I assume you've paused the video, you've done it already. Alright, so instead of writing sec, what can I say? 1 over cos. Alright, but it's also squared. And what is my angle? 25. Okay, so how do I deal with squares? Okay, good. Alright, so I'm going to put cos of 25 over there. That's what's happening in your calculator. And I'm going to put brackets around that. And then I'm going to square it. Okay, and what does that give me? 1 comma 2, 2. And what is that? It's a ratio. Alright, look at this. We've got cot. How can I rewrite cot? 1 over tan of 25. Nice and easy there. Alright, and what does that give you? 2 comma 1, 4. And what is that? That is a ratio. Very good. Alright, instead of writing sec, I can say 1 over cos. Very good. Okay, 1 over cos of what? Of 89. Very good. Alright, and what does that give you? Alright, it's the same as the previous questions, 57,30. Alright, and if I look at cosec, right, cosec squared of this big thing over there. Alright, so what am I going to do here? Instead of cosec, I can say 1 over sine. Alright, but it's squared. Right, and it has this attached to it. Alright, so I'm going to add this here, sine of 25 plus 20. Right, and on the outside here, I'm going to put big brackets, and then I'm going to square it there. Alright, okay, so if I look at that, put that in my calculator, and what do I get? 2 on the dot. Alright, and what is that? That is a ratio, okay, because they gave us our angles. Alright, so nice and easy, that's all just calculator work, guys. Alright, there's nothing difficult about that. Okay, now we were looking for our ratios, alright? So now, what do you think we're going to be looking for? Okay, instead of the ratio, I'm going to be looking for my angle. Okay, I'm finding my angles this time. Alright, so if I'm finding angles, alright, so let's look here. Alright, so remember, what is this again? This is my ratio. Alright, so now they gave me my ratio. Alright, so what am I looking to find here? I'm looking for my angle. Okay, my angle in degrees. Okay, angle in degrees. Alright, so how am I going to get rid of this sign over here? Alright, so I know most of you are going to say, oh, you just divide by sign, sir. No. Okay, in trigonometry, we don't divide by sign. Okay, so if you look on your calculator again, okay, if you look for sign, go look for the sign button. Okay, now just on top of the sign button, there's something there in yellow. Okay, something yellow or small writing, maybe it's white, maybe it's a different color, I don't know. Alright, what does it say on top of that sign button? It says sine to the power of -1. Alright, that's called shift sign. Alright, so in order to get rid of sine on this side, I need to shift sign here. Okay, shift sign on my calculator. Okay, and I'm going to, and my sine and my shift sign is going to cancel. Alright, so I'm just going to have theta. Alright, but this is an equation. Okay, so I can't do this on this side and not do it on this side. I have to do it on this side as well. Alright, so I also need to shift sign on this side. Alright, shift sign on this side. Right, and that's what your calculator looks like. Alright, and shift sign of a half is 30 degrees. Alright, 30 degrees. Alright, and what is this? That is my angle. Alright, so let's go through that again. Right, so on top of my sign button, we've got a shift sign. Alright, so we need to get rid of the sign, but I'm not going to divide by sign. Okay, I'm not going to divide by it. Alright, I need to shift sign. Shift sign cancels out the sign on this side. Okay, and I'm left with theta. Right, then I need to shift sign on the other side as well. Shift sign of a half. Okay, and I'm going to get 30. Alright, so on your calculator, all you're going to be doing is this part here on your calculator. Alright, so you just say shift sign of a half, 30. Okay, but then don't forget to cancel out your sign this time. Alright, so if you look here with cos of theta, go to the cos button, look on top there. What does it say? It says shift cos. Alright, so we're going to say shift cos. Alright, and we're going to be left with theta on this side. Okay, and on your calculator, you're going to have shift cos, which looks like this. Right, and in a bracket, you're going to put a half. Okay, and what does that give you? Gives you 60 degrees. Very good. Right, and what is this? This is my angle. Okay, so they gave me, I'm looking for my angle. Okay, they gave me my ratio, and I'm looking for my angle over here. Okay, right, so I found my angle. Now I know that theta is 60 degrees. Alright, and if you really want to check yourself, to know that you're doing the right thing, right, if you go back here, right, if you go back here, and you substitute 30 in for theta here, and you say sine of 30, okay, sine of 30, because theta is 30, sine of 30, just sine, not shift sign or anything, normal sine, like the stuff we were doing before this, sine of 30, and what does that give you? Gives you a half, right? If I say cos of 60, just normal cos, not shift cos, nothing, just normal cos, cos of 60 gives you a half. Alright, so now I know I'm right. Fantastic. Alright, so if you look here, let's go to our next example here. Alright, so if you look at this, go to the tan button, look on top. What do you see there? Oh, I see a little tan to the -1 there. Alright, so theta. Alright, what did I do to get rid of this tan over here? I shift tan. Right, tan to the -1 and a half. Alright, and what does that give you? Very good, okay, 26,57 degrees. Alright, so now can you see, what did I just find? I found my angle. Alright, they gave me the ratio, I found an angle. Alright, over here, I'm looking for my angle, they gave me a ratio. Okay, so what do you think I'm going to do to get rid of cos here? I'm not going to divide by cos. I need to do something else that I learned today. Right, we're going to shift cos over here. Right, so we've got theta minus 20. Right, that's now what's left in my bracket. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm trying to get rid of cos. I know some students say, no sir, but I want to take the 20 across. I want to add 20. Why can't I do that? Why can't I do that? Why can't I take this 20 out here? Because it's in jail, okay? It's in a bracket. Alright, I need to free up what's inside this bracket. Okay, how do I free up what's inside? By eliminating what's on the outside. Okay, I need to take away this guard. Okay, I need to take it away. Right, he's guarding the prison here. Alright, I need to take him away. How do I take him away? Shift cos. Alright, so get rid of it. So now I get rid of the cos on this side. I'm left with theta minus 20. Okay, and I'm shift cosing on this side. Alright, shift cos of a half. Alright, and what does that give you? Shift cos of a half gives you 60 degrees. Right, and I've got theta minus 20 on this side. Alright, and what do I have to do to get theta? Because I want theta. Solve for theta. Right, I take this across. Very good. I've got theta. I've got 60 plus 20. Right, and 60 plus 20 is 80 degrees. Right, and that is theta. Right, if I want to check if I'm right, I take this answer that I got and I substitute it back into here and I just say normal cos of 80 minus 20 and you should get a half. Alright, cool. Moving on. Go to our last slide for today. Right, oh, look at this. Alright, so now I've got things here being divided. Alright, but I'm not going to fear. Alright, so I look at what I'm looking for. What am I finding? What am I trying to look for? I'm trying to find my angle. Okay, I'm trying to find my angle. So everything else needs to go away. Right? I want this angle. Okay, so I can't just shift cos yet. Okay, because I want to get this cos of something by itself. Okay, it's not by itself. It's being divided by 2 here. Same with this tan theta minus 20. Okay, it's being divided by 3. So how do I get rid of a divide? I multiply by the denominator. If I do it here, I need to do it here. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of the denominator because I'm multiplying by 2. And I'm left with cos of theta equals, and what is a third times 2? 2/3. Alright, and how do I get rid of cos? We've learnt already. We're going to shift cos, so theta is equal to 48,19 degrees. Alright, so I know that I skipped this step. Alright, it's okay if you skip this step. Okay, you do not have to put this step in. Alright, this is just calculator work. This is also this step over here. It's calculator work. You don't have to write it down, but if it makes you feel comfortable, write it down. Alright, you do not have to do that. Alright, so I just skipped it here. It's fine. Alright, if you want to keep it in, I can say there, okay, theta is equal to cos of -1 of 2 over 3. Because I know some of you are like, whoa sir, how did you get the answer, sir? Okay, all I did is I did this on my calculator, I got an answer. But I don't have to put this step in writing. Alright, if it makes you feel comfortable, you can do so. Alright, so I'm not going to do it here for this example, okay, because I'm not a baby. No, I'm just joking. Okay, alright, so how do I get rid of this at the bottom here? Okay, I want this thing at the top, I want my numerator by itself. So I need to get rid of the denominator. Okay, how do I get rid of it? It's being dividing 3 here. So I'm going to multiply by 3. Right? Multiply by 3. Alright, so multiply by 3. 3's cancel. I'm left with tan of theta minus 20 there. Equals, what's a half times 3? 3 halves. Okay, 3 over 2. Alright, and then, sorry, this is in the bracket. Alright, now I want to get rid of tan. So what do I have to do? I have to shift tan to get rid of it. I'm not going to divide by tan. I'm shift tanning. Alright, shift tan. Alright, I'm going to be left with theta minus 20 on this side. Equals, okay, shift tan of 3 over 2 is 56,31 degrees. Alrighty. And then I want to get theta by itself. How do I get theta by itself? Alright, we're going to take the 20 across. Theta is equal to 56,31 plus 20, because 20 is coming across, and that is 76,31 degrees. Alright, and there we go, guys. That is how you find a ratio, or how you find an angle. Right, so the previous stuff that we did, right, the stuff over here, okay, that gave us the angle, we had to find the ratio. Gave us the angle, found the ratio. Now over here, at the end, okay, they gave us the ratio, we found the angle, okay, and now we know how to do that on both sides, okay, we know how to do it, we know how to find the ratio now, and now we know how to find the angle. Alright, so if they give this to you in exam, we know how to do it now. Right, nice and easy. Okay, good luck for the rest of the term, grade 10. It's almost finished, almost there. Right, and good luck.